I'm Candy Underwood, the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Cumberland County.
Hi, I'm Krista Johnson, and I am the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Bladen County.
And welcome to Tasty Tuesday.
It is fall, and pumpkins are abundant everywhere, and we thought that for today we would bring you a recipe that highlighted pumpkins.
Yes, today we're going to make pumpkin pecan parfaits. And we're going to show you how to make your own pumpkin pie puree instead of buying it in the can at the store. It tastes so much better. It's an earthy flavor. It's kind of nutty and buttery at the same time. So I'm going to show you the process and how to prepare your pumpkin to make your pumpkin puree. Did you know pumpkin has more potassium than a banana? Pumpkins are full. They're very good in vitamin A, and they're also low in calories as well as they're very high in fiber. So when you're selecting your pumpkins, be sure you select a pumpkin that's nice and bright orange. You want to look for pumpkins that have no blemishes on them and no soft spots. Also look at your stem. Make sure you have a dried stem. You don't want a damp or moist stem. When selecting your pumpkins for baking and cooking, you want to look for your smaller pumpkin varieties. Pie pumpkins are what they're called. You may know them as sugar pies or peekaboo pumpkins. So they're smaller, they're going to be sweeter for your baking and your cooking, and they're going to have less of those fibrous little membranes on the inside. So be sure you find a small pumpkin instead of your larger carving pumpkins. So when making your pumpkin puree, the first thing you want to do is to wash your pumpkin. Get all the dirt off. You don't want to use any kind of soap on your pumpkin. Just rinse it under water. And then you're going to use a knife with serrated teeth on it, and you're just going to cut it right down the middle. And then once your pumpkin has 2 slices, you'll take a large spoon and you're going to scrape out all the insides of your pumpkin. And once you have it scraped, you're going to place it face down on your baking sheet, and you can line it either with tin foil or parchment paper, and you'll put it in a 400-degree oven anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. Once your pumpkin is done, your knife will go through very smoothly. You know it's done. Take it out and let it cool maybe about 10 minutes, and just get a spoon, and it's going to just easily pull away from the skin. Now, when you make your own pumpkin puree, it's different from canned pumpkin. It's a little bit more looser and has more water in it. So it's good for you to drain it. You can use a cheesecloth. I used a coffee filter, and I just got a sieve, and I put my pureed pumpkin down in there and just let it drain over a bowl. And you'll be surprised how much water or liquid comes out of your pumpkin.
Now that you have your homemade pumpkin puree complete, I want to go over all the different components of this recipe. So in front of me I have 4 major components, and I want to tell you how we prepared each one. So the base of this recipe for our pumpkin pecan parfaits is our ginger snap crumb crust. And so this was prepared by taking about a cup of ginger snaps, processing them in the food processor to get them to a nice crumb texture. And then we combined that with some melted butter, added it to our baking sheet, and baked it in a 350-degree oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. And this is really good. You can have some personal preference here where you can cook it a little bit longer so it's a little bit more crisp. And then next we have probably my favorite part, which is our our cream cheese filling. That we are actually going to combine with our pumpkin puree. And so our cream cheese filling was placed in the food processor as well. So you start with your cream cheese, and then you add in your granulated and brown sugar. You also add in your vanilla and the different spices. So we have cinnamon, allspice, and cloves. And then you're going to process that until the texture is smooth. And then at this point, we are actually ready to combine our pumpkin puree into our cream cheese filling. So I'm going to do that now. And we're just gonna fold this until it is fully incorporated. And as I do this, I want to tell you a little bit about the last component of this recipe, and that was just a whipped topping. And you can use a pre-made whipped topping that you can get at the store, or you can quickly make your own at home with some heavy whipping cream, some powdered sugar, and vanilla. It's very easy to do. So we'll share a recipe for that as well. But you can use your own homemade, or you can buy it at the store.
All right, now we're going to assemble our little parfaits. So what you'll need is a little bit of your ginger snap crumb at the bottom. Then we're going to add a few little nuts. And then some of our pumpkin puree cream cheese mixture. And we're just going to layer it. We'll go back with some of our ginger snaps, crumbs, pecans, a little bit more of our pumpkin cream cheese, and then we'll top it off with some of our yummy homemade Cool Whip. If you've never made homemade Cool Whip, you'll never buy store-bought again. So there you go.
These parfaits look delicious, and we hope you are as excited to get home and make these recipes as we are to give these a taste. So thank you for joining us this month, and we hope to see you again next month for another episode of Tasty Tuesday.